Wow, it's good to stand here. Good afternoon. Let me start with all the necessary protocols. First, the chairman and founder of Faith Foundation, Mr. Fola Adiola. It's really, really good to be here. And the directors of Faith Foundation, the Faith awardees, the executives of the alumni community, the president here seated, and all mentors, volunteers, honored guests. It's really, truly an honor to stand before you today. I'll tell you, 23 years ago was the very first time I did a public presentation, a speech like this, and it was at the Faith Foundation Alumni Association. So I hope I've come a long way since then. Thank you. So it's an honor to stand before you 23 years after I first had the privilege of leading Faith Foundation as its executive director. I stand here inspired, not just by the growth of this incredible institution, but by you all, the entrepreneurs, the vibrant, courageous, and visionary leaders of today and tomorrow. I want to seize this opportunity to thank the founder of Faith Foundation, Mr. Fola Adiola, for the significant impact working with him and the directors then at Faith Foundation has had on my life, especially on my career. It has been the foundation from which I have become all that I am today. I am truly grateful. I do also want to point out that the entrepreneurs who came to Faith Foundation also had a deep, life-changing impact on me as well. I left Faith Foundation with the determination to also be an entrepreneur, a social entrepreneur at that. And I have been focusing on improving the lives of people, especially those at the bottom of the pyramid. From Vic Lawrence, where we trained human resources for companies, to Action, where we provided access to finance, and to EdFin, where we are providing funding to increase access to education. All of them, I have looked at Faith Foundation as the basis that we must transform Nigeria through solving those problems. My two daughters, who studied in the UK, are back in Nigeria. Both of them are entrepreneurs as well. My first daughter, Tosin Lawason, is an alumni of Faith Foundation. And she's currently the General Secretary of the Faith Foundation, so of the Faith alumni community. While I have dual nationality, I'll tell you, I'm first and foremost a Nigerian, wherever I am. I share this with you not to blow my own trumpet, but to remind you of a truth that I deeply believe in my heart. The great future we all dream of for Nigeria is not in the hands of others. It is in our own hands. It is in your hands. We are a nation rich in talent, culture, and resilience. Yet, looking on 23 years later, the challenge we face remains stubbornly familiar. Economic instability, insecurity, and sometimes governments that fail to rise to the occasion. But let me be clear, it is not a time for despair, it is a time for action. I am not here today to share with you the details of what I specifically did to break barriers and build the future that I desire. But I know that the Faith curriculum has told you what to do. And so many other speakers before me had shared that experience. But to me, I want to tell you that the biggest barrier is really our mindset. Many of the entrepreneurs who have changed the world have one thing in common: a can-do, larger-than-life mindset. They have overcome the barrier of the mind. As entrepreneurs, you are not bystanders in the story of Nigeria. You are its authors. While others may point fingers at bad governance, we should turn the mirror to ourselves and ask ourselves, what more can we do? The truth is, In every prosperous country Nigerians long to immigrate to, it is not just their governments that have built success. It has been private enterprise. It is people like you and I, from Microsoft to Alphabet, Amazon, Alibaba, Coming Home, Guaranty Trust Bank, Flutterwave, InterSwitch, and so on. They have created jobs, wealth. They are the ones who typically command strong influence over governments, while some even control revenues that are greater than the GDP of some nations. Let us look to history. Martin Luther King, in his iconic speech, I Have a Dream, called to the world where character, not color, defined humanity. Franklin Roosevelt, in his address, The Forgotten Man, spoke to those struggling at the bottom of the pyramid. J.F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do, ask what you can do for your country. He challenged citizens to contribute in some way to the public good. And today, I stand before you to echo their call, not as a leader in government, but a believer in you, a believer in the future of Nigeria. You may feel like the forgotten man of our economy, overlooked, undersupported, and undervalued, maybe overtaxed. But let me remind you, history has shown that those who innovate, persist, and dare to dream can change the world, no matter the conditions they find themselves. If you believe that the government has forgotten you, then remember this: true greatness has never waited for permission to shine. It is time to make your voices heard, not through protests alone, but through products that inspire, service that solves problems, and innovation that competes on a global scale. Nigeria already has shown the world what we are capable of in music, fame, fashion, and fintech. Now we must expand this spirit of excellence to every sector: technology, agric, manufacturing, education, and beyond. Do you know what the wealthiest countries in the world have in common? It is not all. It is not gold. It is not even the land. It is people. It is the creativity, the drive, collaboration, and determination of entrepreneurs who dare to think differently, who refuse to give up. You, sitting here today, and all Nigerians are the builders of Nigerians' future. Now is not the time to retreat. It is not the time to give up. Let the weight of our challenges not break our spirit. It is a time to rise, to innovate, and build the future that we desire. The Yoruba proverb says, "Tí a bá gúnyán nú ewé, tí a sebẹ̀ nú èpo ẹ̀pà, ẹni mayo mayo," meaning that no matter how small the food is, if you are determined to be full of, you would be. So despite these challenges, those who are great will still be great. So I charge you today, collaborate, build partnerships so that we can go far. We have many micro businesses, each working in its own small corner. While we should not despise the small beginnings, however, I believe to truly transform and build Nigeria, we should consider working in partnerships and teams to build truly transformative, innovative companies. Working together, building together, we can build the future we desire. Create products that solve real problems. Build businesses that would employ thousands, inspire millions, and future generations to come. Think Nigeria, but also think global, think beyond Nigeria. Exports, exports, exports. Export not just goods, but our ideas, our culture, and innovation. It is in this same Nigeria's harsh environment that Flutterwave and Della created unicorns. Business is valued over 1 billion, and the founders created it twice. We have no excuse. Ask not what your government can do for you. Ask what you can build for Nigeria. The government may set the framework, but it is you who will lay the foundation. It is you who will build the skyscrapers of progress, and it is you who will raise the flag for future generations to come. As we leave here today, remember this: the journey won't be easy. There will be obstacles, setbacks. The government, there will be moments of doubt. But there's no dream that is too big for the Nigerian spirit. Nigeria is big enough for all our dreams. It will be great to see faith entrepreneurs form partnerships and teams to build innovative companies. Let us show the world what it means to be Nigerian. Let us redefine the narrative of our country. Let us break barriers and build the future, not just for ourselves, but the children who will look back at this moment and say it all started here. The world is waiting for what you will create. Nigeria is counting on you. And I, Olubunmi Morenike, as a proud Nigerian, believe in you. Thank you.